welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us once again to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. On the show tonight, we've got updates coming from the NBA. We'll talk about the development of badminton in Nigeria and Africa. Remember, we're getting ready for the African Championship that will take place in Port Harcourt. It will serve on the 22nd of April. How are they getting ready? A press conference was done in Port Harcourt. Major talking points from that press conference we'll discuss on the program tonight. Also, it's a Thursday night. Sonny Young is standing by to give us all of the juicy updates coming from that part of the world, particularly in basketball. I keep telling Sonny Young, let's test Russell Westbrook. And then he keeps telling me, we will test Russell. I know tonight, Sonny will tell me, Austin, I can't take it anymore. We'll test Russell Westbrook because what a story. 29th triple-double of the season for Russell Westbrook. No, you need to test such a player. So Sonny Young with all of that discussion when we get into that segment on the show tonight. We will also, once again, let you feel the power of sports. You know, I keep telling you, and then you just think that, oh, maybe Austin is just saying this thing because it's within that circle. No, you'll feel it because on Saturday, the 9th edition of the Daniel Ogechi Akujobi Memorial Foundation Golf Tournament will tee off in Lagos. A major objective of that golf tournament that is sponsored by the foundation is to promote charity. Yes, they're playing golf to promote charity, and over about 190 golfers will compete in that one. It's not just get money and just promote charity. You know, they are giving attention for the support of healthcare and education. It's a beautiful story. We're going to have officials from the Duam Foundation later on the program. They will tell us more, make you feel the power of sports, get inspired, and then you might just join in and then support persons. Remember, I told you about the Special Olympics team. Yeah, they are back in the country. Maybe when you listen to these officials from the Duam Foundation, you will be touched. You will do something to support sports in the country. Also, I told you about badminton, special focus on it. The president of the Badminton Federation will be speaking to us later on the program. And of course, we will find out what's going on. Juicy updates. Manchester United fans, they are singing Ole, 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 Ole. They wanted Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to stay on as manager, and Manchester United, they have done just that. Look, the board of Manchester United, they wouldn't have tried anything and not giving Ole that job because the fans will know. The fans will not like it. In fact, ex-players of Manchester United have given the vote of confidence that they want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for that job, and he has gotten that job. We'll listen to fans of Manchester United talk about it. And my guys in the morning, on the morning show, they told you that beautiful story of a 14-year-old player in Galatasaray. He got a penalty. It was referee's error. He said, no, it wasn't a penalty. I tripped, I fell, they didn't touch me. But the referee went on to give the penalty. You know what it did? It was a rare act of sportsmanship. He stepped up to the penalty, and then he kicked it away. He said, no, I cannot cheat. I love that story. We will see it once again tonight on the program. That's about the outlook of the show Sports Tonight on your award-winning sports-loving channels, television, wherever you are in the world watching us. Welcome on board. This is the Fun Factory. So much is going down in our world of sports. Look, I don't care what you're doing right now. You're about to have the best time of your life watching television. So walk with me on this journey, and you can be part of the program. It gets interesting when you get involved. So talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels sports. You can send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube /channels web. Log on to m.channelstv.com and download the Channels TV app for any of those devices, and then you will be part of the program. Your iPhone, your iPad, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phones. m.channelstv.com. Download the app, follow the instructions, be part of the program. Let's have some fun. Yeah, it's a racy-pacey, action-packed world of sports. Also, money spinning, exciting, interesting. What a story! Look, I told you last night in the Obong Monday. I was on the show with Joseph Mukuzi. I said it's very easy to win football fans in Nigeria. Paul Onuachu read about them. Said just give them 1 minute wonder. 8 seconds into that match against the Pharaohs of Egypt, It was an international friendly game. He scored a stunner. Nigerian football fans are still talking about it. Let's keep that discussion going also on social media. Yes, the Egyptians are not here. What? That's right, because Nigeria had not beaten Egypt since 1990. You say it's a friendly match. That's your business. 29 years waiting to get that win, and what a way to do it. Stunning goal. The technical crew led by Gunnar Rod, they love it. The players are loving it. The fans are still celebrating it. So you can also keep describing that goal scored by Paul Onuachu. Before we go to Washington, D.C., let me give you a quick update. We're talking about wrestling in Nigeria, and that enemy they have in funding. They were getting ready for the African Championship. It was imperative that Nigeria goes to the African Championship because Nigeria is the defending champion. I have updates for you. The first batch of Nigeria's contingent to the 2019 African Senior Wrestling Championships, they arrived Tunisia today. That's the venue of the tournament. The delegation was led by the president of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation, Daniel Igali. They arrived Tunis and then made a road trip to Hammamet. That's the actual venue for the competition. The delegation is made up of 8-time African champion Blessing Oborodudu, Commonwealth gold medalist Oduayo Adekuroye, and Aminat Adeni, reigning African champion. Messi Genesis, you saw her just now before the section came on, and Messi Genesis, Sumisola Balogun. Remember Sumisola Balogun, the revelation from the African Championship last year that also qualified for the Olympics. She's part of it. There's Ifoma Woye, Hannah Ruben, as well as Rosemary Weke, Blessing Oyebuchi, and Esther Kolawole are also part of the delegation. They're joined by highly rated female national team coach Purity Aku. The second batch, that's the first batch. The second batch, comprising of the men's team, will leave Lagos tonight. They should be on their way out now to Tunis. They will arrive the next day. That's tomorrow. African champions Amas Daniel. Now for the men, as part of the team, Agiomo Ikere Keme and Emmanuel John will lead the freestyle wrestlers with Welsin Ebike Wemnimo. Emmanuel Wori and Melvin Bibo are also part of the squad. So that's what it is. Nigeria getting ready for the African Championships. It's taking place in Tunisia. Those African wrestlers will be saying, okay, you guys dominated the one we did in your country. Let's see what you can do outside the country. So all the best to our wrestlers. Yeah, wrestling is one sport that has got prospects in Nigeria, and they seem to be doing just fine. Let's just hope that they defeat that enemy in funding and then get the stability that we expect of them. Sports Tonight on your award-winning, sports-loving channels television. Fasten your seat belts. We are going to Washington, D.C. now. It's a sport flight. Sonny Young is standing by. Sonny, I'm super excited to see you tonight. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Thank you, Austin. I have buckled my seatbelt once again for the Fun Factory ride on Sports Tonight on the award-winning channels television. And a quick shout-out for the Super Eagles, Austin. That was a nice victory over the Pharaohs of Egypt in Asaba earlier this week. I think it bodes well for the Nations Cup.
It does. I tell you, and Egypt, they're hosting, and Egypt is no pushover. But Sonny, shout out to you also. Remember last week you predicted that the Super Eagles would beat Seychelles. They did just that. So it's back-to-back wins for Sonny Young now. I celebrate you on the program. It was a good win.
Thanks, Austin.
I know.
I don't always have to sit on the fence.
I know. And you know I enjoy it when you don't get it right, but this time I celebrate you. Sonny, let's show some love to a youngster who is doing so well in the NBA.
Yeah, this is a player we have not mentioned on the show before, Austin. Yeah. Devin Booker, 22 years old. He's a guard for the Phoenix Suns. He became the youngest player in NBA history to have back-to-back 50-point-plus scoring games.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the Suns have a very weak team this year, Austin. They lost both those games, including last night, to none other than the Washington Wizards. My beloved Washington Wizards. Booker had 50 points against the Wizards, but they lost. The Suns did 124 to 121. Both teams, the Suns and the Wizards, unfortunately, will be watching the playoffs on television, Austin.
That's good. So shout out to Booker. I'm excited. He's getting a shout out on the show. Whether or not his team won, is one for the future. We'll keep monitoring him. Sonny, let's talk about one that is not for the future because he's doing things that is making us wonder if he's from this planet. Russell Westbrook, we must get him those testers. Sonny, test him. Just go on and test him.
Every week, Austin, it seems like we've mentioned Russell Westbrook and another triple-double, 29th triple-double of the season on Wednesday night to help lead the Thunder to a victory over the Indiana Pacers. We're going to see both those teams in the upcoming NBA playoffs. Westbrook, 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. And let's also show some love for Paul George. He used to play for the Pacers. He had 31 points for the Thunder. I think the Thunder is going to be a really tough team in the upcoming playoffs, Austin. They've got some really good talent with Westbrook and Paul George, and they've got this rugged center from New Zealand, Steven Adam. He had a good game last night also. He's not afraid to bump and brawl underneath the basket, so I think a lot of teams don't want to play the Thunder in the playoffs.
Yeah. You don't want to play a man that we need to test for. Play against a man that we need to test for the alien DNA. No, don't go against such a guy. What a night he had. 12 assists, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. That's superhuman, Sonny.
Yeah, he's just a very fun player to watch, Austin. All-around dynamic player. And so, yeah, Russell Westbrook, I think we're going to be mentioning his name again once the playoffs start. And mark your calendars, the NBA playoffs start on April 13th. So not too far away.
Yeah, we will see. So, Sonny, next week when you're coming on the show, if I see Russell Westbrook on the menu, my first question will be, have you tested him? Yeah. If you've not tested Russell Westbrook, then don't talk about him on the show. Manu Ginobili has given all he has to basketball. Sonny, what is he up to next?
Let's show some love for Manu, Austin.
That's right.
Because later tonight, early Friday morning in Nigeria, the San Antonio Spurs will honor Manu Ginobili by retiring his number 20 jersey. Manu, of course, one of the great international players in the NBA. He retired. He did not play this season, but 41 years old now. He won an Olympic gold medal for Argentina back in 2004 in Athens. 4 NBA titles with San Antonio. So I think it's well-deserved, Austin, that Manu will have his number 20 jersey raised to the Raptors in San Antonio, Texas.
Manu has given all he has to basketball. Let's just wish him all the best. We're definitely going to miss him. Sonny, let's talk about college basketball now. What's going on? I see the ladies, they're ready to light up the arena.
Yes, this is a really hot time in the USA for college basketball, Austin. They call it March Madness, the Division I men's championship tournament. The women are also holding their championship tournament. But on the men's side, we've reached the Sweet 16 stage. 16 teams left, including all 4 top seeds, Duke, Gonzaga, Virginia, and North Carolina. Duke, 4-time national champion, led by Hall of Fame coach Mike Krzyzewski. They're going to be playing their next game on Friday right here in Washington against Virginia Tech, and I like Duke to win that game. And another shout-out for this fabulous freshman for Duke, Austin, by the name of Zion Williamson. He's probably going to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft in June. He is just a great all-around young player, and I think he's going to be a force in the NBA once he is drafted. And maybe my Wizards, my lucky Wizards, can get that top draft pick, Austin, and get Zion with that number 1 pick.
Keep your fingers crossed, Sonny. Anything can happen. So let's just wish your darling Wizards all the best. Let's talk about some tennis now. Sonny, Roger Federer, I don't know. What do you think he's trying to do to us? Just when you think that maybe he's getting tired and he might just quit, he's gone in for another record.
He's going for his 4th title down in Miami, Florida, Austin, and he's got a tough match, though, later tonight.
Right.
He's going to be taking on the very tall, hard-serving South African Kevin Anderson. Some of your viewers, Austin, I'm sure they remember, Anderson beat Federer at last year's Wimbledon tournament, and Federer had a great quote, Austin. He said, Anybody who beats me at Wimbledon catches my attention. So I think Federer will be ready for Anderson in Miami. He looks like he could win. Djokovic is out of Miami. He was beaten yesterday, surprising upset.
I know.
But we'll see if Federer, he's 37 now, Austin. And if players can sort of extend him, make him run a little bit, which is what Dominic Thiem did recently. He basically he gassed out Federer. Federer could not keep up with Dominic Thiem. So we'll see if Roger can keep his stamina up in Miami. On the women's side, Simona Halep playing well. She could reclaim the #1 ranking with one more win in Miami. The Williams sisters both out of the Miami Open. So some top players in Miami. We'll see how it goes, Austin.
I know. We're looking at that one. I'm here and there with that one. For Federer, I love records. I love when those records are broken. But for Anderson, he's African, Sonny. So I don't know. I'll just stay in the middle and let the best man win tonight. Isn't that okay?
Let the best man win.
Yeah.
And one more shout out, Austin. Francis Tiafoe, one of the rising young American players. He's also in the quarterfinals in Miami. Tiafoe continues to make progress.
Yeah.
The power of sports, Austin. These young players coming up to challenge the Federers, the Nadals, the Djokovic's, who have been dominating for so many years.
I know. Beautiful story, Tiafoe is telling. The power of sports, Sonny. You know, when you say that, I just come alive. The power of sports. And he's playing at home, so he's got all the love from the fans. Let's see what he can do with that advantage. Let's talk about Major League Baseball opening day now. Just that lately, when I hear baseball, the name Mike Trout just pops up.
Just one quick shout out for the Major League Baseball season. Opening day in many cities, including right here in Washington, Austin. I will say the hometown Washington Nationals did not get off to a good start. They were beaten by the New York Mets 2-0 to start the 162 regular game season. Very long season in Major League Baseball, Austin. So the Nationals, like the Wizards, they're going to have to bounce back a little bit, Austin. But yes, the Major League Baseball season is off to a good start. And I will say the Boston Red Sox are the defending Major League Baseball champions. So a lot of baseball fans here in the USA, Austin.
Yeah, a lot. And Sonny, the Red Sox, you think they can go on to defend their title successfully?
I do, Austin. I think they've got a lot of really good young talent, and I think they definitely have the ability to defend their title, but we'll see. It's a long season. It's a
long season, Sonny. But Sonny, when next year on the show, when I say, how is Mike Trout doing? You know, I mean baseball. Because with that sort of money that he has, is baseball.
Mike Trout, amazing player, amazing contract, Austin. And we should update him. He's playing later Thursday in California. The Los Angeles Angels are going to begin their season. They're going to play the Oakland Athletics later Thursday. So we'll follow Mike Trout. See how he continues to do with that big contract.
I know. I can't sign that sort of contract and go on to still play. I'll be with my banker all day long. That's how I'm not coming out. Sonny, thank you so much. It's always a delight to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin. Always a pleasure. And a very good evening to all your many viewers.
That's right. The Voice of America correspondent, Sonny Young, speaking to us all the way from Washington, D.C. And it's so much fun with Sonny Young giving us all of those juicy updates. Roger Federer, are you rooting for him for a 4th title in Miami? He goes against Kevin Anderson from South Africa tonight. It's going to be tough because Anderson has also got some good prospects. But Roger Federer, whenever his eyes are fixed on those records, he's unstoppable. And, of course, Sonny gave us updates coming from basketball every night. I said, Sonny, let's test Russell Westbrook. And then he laughs over it. I've warned him. The next time he wants to talk about Russell Westbrook, if I don't see the test certificate, I'm talking about was a phenomenal basketballer. Russell Westbrook, take a bow wherever you are. That's it. Our world of sports records are made here. Records are broken. We make people also feel the power of sports. So let's go on this quick break. When we come back, the development of badminton in Nigeria and Africa will get our attention and so much more. So don't go anywhere. Stay.